There's a myth that the only way to be a successful entrepreneur is basically to go through the school of hard knocks, through trial and error and failing forward and lots of years of hard work and toil by the blood, sweat, and tears, that sooner or later you'll eventually become a successful entrepreneur. And while that's true to a certain extent, becoming a successful entrepreneur does take some work. It does take some trial and error, and you do need to fail forward and you do need to make some mistakes. I will say that you can bypass your journey because success leaves clues. And the truth is, you've got some pretty big shoulders to stand on to help you succeed faster. My name's Marisa Murgatroyd, and I've taught over 10,000 entrepreneurs how to succeed online. And the truth is that no one taught me how to become a successful entrepreneur. And what I heard from so many people in my family and my world is that you can't do this because no one around me was an entrepreneur. So they thought that the only path in life was the traditional path of graduating from college, getting a job, then maybe getting another job and settling down and getting married. And that was your life course. So I didn't have that growing up, and that's why I'm so committed to helping entrepreneurs bypass the learning curve, starting with the 5 life lessons that most entrepreneurs, including myself, learn far too late in life. And the first lesson is that your worth as a human being is not based on your net worth. And so often when you see these pictures of entrepreneurs, you see them in the Lamborghini or on the yacht or with the women in bikinis or whatever it happens to be, living the life, traveling on the private jet. And so we're kind of taught to that who we are as a person, our worth as a person is dependent on how much money we bring in. But the truth is that a lot of times your worth is not about the money. It's about the value you provide in the world, really helping people and being of service. And I think so often entrepreneurs kind of chase the dollar or chase the money and they forget to provide value. And that is first and foremost how you become a successful entrepreneur, but also understand that your value is not just what you do in the world, it's who you are as a human being. And at the same time, the next life lesson that a lot of people overlook is that you are not your business. And while you create your business, it's an expression of you, who you are. It's not who you are. So if your business fails, it doesn't mean that you fail. If someone says no to you, a customer says no to you, or you've got a hater or someone who's criticizing what you do in business, it's not about you. So don't take any of that personally. So when you understand that you are not your business, it allows you to have that perspective and that separation, that you can be an incredible human being and your business can go through ups and downs. And the ups and downs of your business do not have to determine your ups and downs as a human being, because you are not your business. And you have inherent worth and value as a human being beyond what you do for a living, beyond how much you make, beyond the success of your business. All right? So when you understand that, it relieves some of the pressure to get it right and to succeed fast and to bypass just the natural learning process of becoming the entrepreneur you're meant to be. Now, the third lesson that so many entrepreneurs learn too late in life is what I call becoming the scientist in the experiment lab of your business. So often entrepreneurs get attached to ideas that they've got, but they don't realize that everything is just a test. So rather than kind of spending months or years developing an idea and then rolling it out into the market and then maybe getting feedback that the market doesn't like it as much as you like it, I recommend seeing everything as a series of tests. And then you create what I call micro failures. So every test along the way, you're like, okay, this worked well and this I do differently, and this worked well and this I do differently. And gradually you iterate your way to awesome. But you may fail in small ways 10,000 times before you create the big win. But when you look at it like a scientist would look at it, rather than someone who is, over-identifying with their business and feeling like they're failing along the way and that their worth and value as a human being is taking a ding, when you look at it from that scientific perspective, you can keep going and going and going because you know you've got faith that there's a solution. You know there's a way to solve a particular problem. You know that there's a way for you to be successful as an entrepreneur. And you can build your business in a way that works for you. You've just got to find that way. So I recommend taking that scientific approach to building your business, because when you do, you unlock, a world of possibility. Now, before I go on to the last two lessons, I wanted to invite you to check out yearinmomentum.com because I support a few entrepreneurs in a really intimate way every single year. So if you want that support to stand on the shoulders of giants and really become that scientist in the experiment lab of your business, I invite you to go over to yearinmomentum.com, fill out an application to talk to someone on my team about how we can support you in bypassing the learning curve, bypassing the trial and error, and getting to your goals a lot faster. Now, the fourth life lesson that entrepreneurs learn way too late is that you have to earn the right to pride and prejudice. So what do I mean by that? I mean, so often, especially for younger entrepreneurs, they want to base their actions and what they do based on their personal preferences. They've got this romantic notion of what it means to be an entrepreneur. But the truth is that in business, you need discipline, you need structure, you need to treat your business like a business because your business needs different things to survive than you may need. Your business needs money, like you need oxygen and water and air. So when you realize that your business is so much more than you and you take your own personal preferences and ego out of the equation to a certain extent. It's not that you're doing things that you would never ever do. It's just that you're doing things that might make you uncomfortable, things that feel outside of your comfort zone, right? Things that feel like a bit of a stretch. And sometimes things that you don't really like to do. I mean, I don't like to do taxes. I don't like to kind of, be on Facebook and social media responding to people all day, but I'm willing to do it because that's going to support my business and my growth until I bring in enough money to pay other people to do that. And that's been my path because now that I've made lots of money online, I'm doing less and less of the things outside of my personal preferences. So I've earned the right to pride and prejudice at this point in time, but I didn't have that when I started. I was doing everything myself. So that's an important life skill. And the fifth life skill is to practice taking action towards that which you cannot see. Now, what do I mean by practice taking action towards that which you cannot see? Well, so many people want to wait until they have the full plan, the full path laid out before them, all their ducks in a row. But when you wait to have everything figured out before you take action, you'll never take the action that you need to get where you want to go. As Lisa Nichols says, don't question a puzzle before it's done. You got to become good at getting uncomfortable, good at being overwhelmed, good at not knowing and taking action in the midst of that discomfort, in the midst of that overwhelm, in the midst of that, not knowing. Tim Ferriss says that the path to becoming an expert is getting good at doing all the things out of your comfort zone. It's that one essential skill that you need to just be able to take action time after time after time again. So when you understand and really learn the life lesson of taking action, even when you can't see where you're going, you'll have the keys to the kingdom. So those are the 5 life lessons that many entrepreneurs learn too late. It's that your worth as a human is not based on your net worth, that you are not your business. To really become the scientist in the experiment lab of your business, to earn the right to pride and prejudice, and practice taking action towards that which you cannot see. So if you want more videos like this one, check out my 10 myths about entrepreneurship that you should know before you start your business and why most people, including you, are only 10% likely to achieve your goals and what to do about it to take that number up to 95%. So go ahead, keep watching or join us over at yearinmomentum.com. And don't forget to live your message.